The volume enclosed by the surface f of x comma y is equal to e power x over the triangle bounded by the lines x equals y, x equals 0, y equals 1 in the xy plane is dash. Okay, so this is not a multiple choice question. Let's start by drawing a graph which depicts the three lines given to us in the xy plane. Okay? So here's our axis, x, y. We have x equals to y, which would be a linear line this way. This is x equals y. Here we have 0. Y equals to 1 would be a horizontal line this way. Y equals 1. So the volume enclosed by the surface over the triangle bounded by the line. So they are talking about this triangle here. This point is 1, 1. We have our origin, and then this point would be 0, 1. So enclosed in the xy plane, we would write a formula or an expression for the volume. Enclosed by the xy plane. So our volume would be, now this is a surface f of x comma y equals e power x. So please be very careful here. We would have double integral. So we start with y equals 0 to 1. So y equals 0 to 1. And x equals 0 to y. X equals 0 to y. So the function given is e power x dx dy. So this is our integral equation which we'll have to solve. So let's start by working out on the inner integral of the function here. Integral x equals 0 to y e power x dx. So we would have y equals 0 to 1 e power x from 0 to y dy. Right? So all we have done here, the very first step is to integrate with respect to x. So we have our limits 0 to y. Now let's substitute the limits. What do we have? We have e power y dy minus 1. So that's minus 1 as well. Okay. So it's e power y minus 1 because e power 0 is 1. So our expression now is integral y equals 0 to 1 e power y minus 1 dy. Let's integrate it further and see what we get. E to the power y minus y over the limit 0 to 1. Now let's substitute the values. We would have e power 1 minus 1 minus e power 0. So that's e power 1 minus 1 minus 1. That's e minus 2. E power 1 minus 2. Now if you put down the value of e, I'm going to write it down here, above here. So we have e power 1 minus 2, right? So the value of e is 2.718. So solving this further, you would get the value 0.718. So this is our volume enclosed by the surface. 0.718 is the final answer. Well, I hope this explanation has helped.